Hi everyone, it's Jay here, and this is the video for the manga releases for the second half of September. And we're going to start with Shaman King, Flowers, which is a Kodansha release, and it is volume 4. And this series is the sequel to Shaman King, and it follows Hana Asakura, and in this volume, his true powers are revealed. So if you're interested, that's out on the 19th of September. And then we've got Sailor Moon Naoko Takeuchi Collection Volume 4. Now this is the original Sailor Moon manga in an apparently more affordable edition. It features an updated translation and higher page counts. It's 320 pages long. And I have to say the covers in this series are really pretty. And then we've got The Great Cleric Volume 5, and Lucille has a new role now, and he's making fast progress in this volume, but he'd like to take his training even further. And again, that's out on the 19th of September. And then we've got a box set, The 7 Deadly Sins, and it's box set number 5, and it contains volumes 29 to 35 of the 7 Deadly Sins manga, as well as an exclusive reversible poster. So if that's your thing, you might want to get this one. And then we've got Omnibus 6 of Fire Force, and this is out on the 26th of September, and this one includes volumes 16 to 18 of the Fire Force manga, but for the sake of spoilers, I'm not going to say any more about this manga. And then from Yen Press, we've got Words Bubble Up Like Soda Pop, Volume 2. And in this volume, as Mr. Fujiyama recuperates, Cherry and Smile decide to hunt down the record he holds so dear, which leads them on a hunt to find a radio tower. And then we've got The Remarried Empress Volume 4. Emperor Sovieshu's lover, his mistress, Rashta, and the future mother of his child has got it all, on the surface at least. What she really wants is to be able to keep herself and the baby safe on her own, regardless of whether she has the favour of the Emperor, but she believes the largest obstacle standing in her way is Navier. So read it to find out where that leads. And then we got The Horizon Volume 2, and here there is good, there is bad, and there's something that lies in between. And from there, the girl and the boy must move forward towards whatever the future holds. And I just want to say how unique I think the front covers are for this series. I really like them, despite the lack of detail. Usually I really like detail in the front covers. It really makes them stand out. And then we've got a new series called The Ephemeral Scenes of Setsuna's Journey, and this is a new fantasy isekai series from Yen Press, which follows Setsuna Sugimoto, and he's summoned to another world as the 68th hero before being abandoned by that same world due to his sickly constitution. But he's given another chance at life, and he sets out to travel the world as an adventurer. And I like the art on this front cover. I think it looks really nice. And then we've got another new series, The Deer King, and Van, the guy in the picture, resolves to fight the Zol Empire and save his homeland, only to be captured and sent to the salt mines. And then one night, a pack of wild dogs attacks the mine, leaving a mysterious and deadly disease in their wake. Van and a young girl escape the mine, but with Van's captors in pursuit and a deadly disease ravaging the area, it's going to be a struggle to survive. And then we've got volume 6 of The Abandoned Empress, and in this volume it's festival season, and princesses from neighbouring kingdoms are here, and they have one goal: to take Aristea's place by Ruvelis' side. So to that end, they're willing to use every dirty trick in the book to humiliate Tia and turn the prince against her. But as she begins to falter under constant pressure, so there's some unexpected allies that come to her aid. And we've got another new series, Stray Cat and Wolf Volume 1. And after Tamaki Mishina's dad passed away, she just kind of wanted to escape from the tiny village where everyone loathed her for things she had no control over. And that's why she applied to a high school in Tokyo in the first place. But then she kind of got sent packing from the boarding house. She woke up in Mr. Playboy Punk Rocker's apartment and just kind of stayed there because she didn't have anywhere else to go, which does not sound safe to me, but there we go. But it's too bad that Ro keeps trying to kick her out because he's pretty sure she doesn't understand what it really means to live with a guy. She does not sound like she's thinking about her safety at all. And then we've got Sotus Volume 3, and freshman training is finally over in this volume, and Kong Pob is thrilled to have a chance to get closer to Arthit, and the two enjoy a casual shopping trip together, and Arthit ends up staying over for the night. But what happens when Kong Pob accidentally lets slip his feelings? If you want to find out, it's out on the 19th of September. And then you've got Volume 8 of Mieruko-chan, and Miko ends up in the hospital in this one, and it's a long time until dawn when all she can see is the grizzly dead. So that sounds actually quite horrible. Let me know if you've read this series in the comments below, because it does sound like quite an interesting idea. And then we've got Manor of Death Volume 2, and Bunakit and Tan have formed an unlikely alliance, both out of necessity and passion. But as the bodies start piling up and they each have their own hidden motives, is their love going to survive? And you're going to have to read it to find out. And we've got another new series this month, Maiden of the Needle. This new series by Empress revolves around Yui, a teenage seamstress who is reincarnated into a noble family, the Nuri. Nuri? I'm not quite sure how you pronounce that. She's amazing at needlework and has the rare ability to see fairies, so Yui's nothing short of a prodigy. However, she has no talent for bless weaving, the magical sewing technique exclusive to those of Nuri blood. Because of this, Yui's kind of seen as worthless to her parents, and she's trapped in a lonely cycle of abuse. That is until she's hired by a dashing new master who encourages her to reach her full potential. So she's got a lot to learn about her special gifts, her vengeful family, and the world of the nobility. It sounds really good, actually, so I might have to check this series out. And then we've got another new series, Glitch. Again, Empress are churning out these new series. And in this one, siblings Minato and Akira Lee have moved to a strange new town, where there's ghostly figures that tower over and pass through buildings. The locals give them no reaction, and some of the locals are definitely not normal. So when Akira spots a strange creature outside her window, she and her new friends organise a search. And no one else can explain the uncanny appearances. The investigation club will get to the bottom of it. Then we got Volume 5 of Daughter of the Emperor, and Ria has lots of questions about the Guardian Knight, like what's the story behind his scar-riddled back? And why does everyone act so strangely when she brings it up? So Ria is determined to get to the bottom of things. And then we have A Bride's Story Volume 14, and this series is set on the Silk Road in the 19th century. And in this volume, the nomadic clans of the steppe are facing the threat of a Russian invasion, and so the people living in town are forced to set aside their differences to protect their lands. And the clans decide the best way to solidify the alliance is to bind them together by blood through marriage. But the women of the steppe will not accept just any union, invasion or not, and the men must prove themselves. I've never heard of this series before, but it looks amazing and I really want to read it. Has anyone else read it? What did you think? Please do let me know in the comments below. We've got Volume 9 of Sasaki and Miyano, and this is out on the 26th of September, and things aren't quite the same anymore for these two, as Miyano's senior year passes by and Sasaki starts getting used to college, and the strain of not spending every day together begins weighing on Sasaki's mind. And then we've got DRCL, Midnight Children, and this is a new series from Viz Media, and it's a retelling of Bram Stoker's Dracula, and it follows Mina as she struggles to find her place as Whitby School's first and only female student. A devilish horror is unleashed upon the academy and its unsuspecting students, Count Dracula. I've really been looking forward to this release. I love a good Dracula story, and the artwork on the cover is excellent. So let me know in the comments below if you've picked this up and what you thought about it. And we've got Alice in Borderland Volume 7. They're up against the King of Spades in his game, and unlike the other games where the rules were really complicated and confusing, here it's kind of refreshingly direct. Kill or be killed. Keeping it simple. Then we got Volume 3, Insomniacs After School, and here members of their school's revived astronomy club are busy preparing for their first official club event, a meteor shower watch party, which sounds really nice. The city's annual fireworks festival is also coming up, and Nakomi has promised to go with Magari. And then we've got One Punch Man Volume 26. In this one, the fight against the Monster Association Big Shots heats up, and the Class S heroes find themselves locked in a desperate struggle. And we've got another box set released this month. It's the Chainsaw Man box set, which contains the first 11 volumes of this kind of global hit manga series. And it's also got an exclusive double-sided full colour poster. So if you want that, that's going to be out on the 26th of September. And then we've got Fist of the North Star, Volume 10. And Kenshiro has at last found Yuria, but Rao has come to Yuria's stronghold to find her as well. So Kenshiro and Rao's path were always destined to lead them to this confrontation, the final battle to decide the successor to Hokuto Shinken. So sounds like it could be a really interesting battle. Another new series this month, Pluto, Urasawa and X Tezuka, Volume 1, and it's set in a world where man and robots coexist, but someone or something has destroyed the powerful Swiss robot Mont Blanc. Elsewhere, a key figure in a robot rights group is murdered, and the two incidents appear to be unrelated except for one thing. The bodies of both victims have been fashioned into some sort of bizarre collage with makeshift horns placed by the victims' heads. And Interpol assigns robot detective Gesit to this most strange and complex case. And then Volume 4, Killing Stalking from Seven Seas Entertainment. It's a mature rated BL horror webtoon from Lesin that became a global manhwa hit, and it's a full colour paperback and it's in English for the first time. Here a body's been found and it's all over the news. Officer Yang Swing-bei immediately begins to hunt down every lead he can, disregarding the risks of that hunt at every turn. I've not actually read this series. It sounds interesting, also sounds a bit strange. Then we've got Homunculus, and this is volume 3 to 4, and Nakoshi undergoes a strange surgical procedure, and now he has questions like, why do only some of the people he looks at appear monstrous, while others seem normal? So if you want to start looking into those answers, you want to pick this up on the 26th of September. And then we've got The Girl from the Other Side, Suil Arun Deluxe Edition Volume 4. This final deluxe edition hardcover collects the final 2 volumes of the series, 10 and 11, and the special short story volume with colour inserts and an exclusive cover by Nagabe. And I really love the cover. I think it's ridiculously sweet. So that's it for the second half of September. There are lots and lots of releases this month, way too many for me to include in this video. I tried to include a wide variety of manga releases, and there's a lot of new series out this month, so let me know if you get any, and happy buying everyone. Bye!